Hey Hawkeye fans, welcome to our Carver Spotlight, and today we are featuring head coach of the Iowa volleyball team, Vicki Brown. Coach Brown, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you, Laura, and hello Hawkeye fans.
Feels good to be back in Carver, right?
Yeah, it's always exciting coming here in the summer because that means we're getting closer and closer to our season to start. And I love Carver, love playing in here when I was at Illinois, and I definitely love coaching it the last 2 years, so yeah.
Like you said, you started in 2017. You were named the associate head coach. What have you seen grow, change, evolve since that 17 season?
Well, I think it's just our determination to really continue to grow our winning record and getting those wins in the Big Ten and even fighting harder to get those wins, especially going into the second half. So I think it's just that pure determination and also us understanding that what it really takes to get those wins. It does take a lot of grit, a lot of hard work in October and November. So I think that's the biggest thing that I've seen change with this team since I've been here.
Now you lead the recruiting efforts on the team. What do you guys look for in a recruit, and kind of what attributes make a great Iowa volleyball player?
Yeah, I think for us, like, with our sport, we relatively recruit young, and so a big component for that is just family, and through just watching them at different tournaments, how they interact with each other, how the family supports their team. That's a big part of it, but also kind of what are you going to do through adversity? Like when it's 2020 and it's the third day of that tournament, and how are you managing yourself as well as what are you contributing to your team? So that's a big component. And then on top of that, are you going to be able to come in and give whoever we have in our program a real challenge for whatever position they're going for?
Now you've got 15 home matches this season. You mentioned that you loved playing at Carver Hawkeye Arena. What kind of home court advantage do the fans give your team?
Yeah, I think the home court advantage is fantastic. They're loud. It's just true Hawkeye Nation the entire time. And I'm excited even for this season. This has been our last year in Carver since we're going to be moving to the new arena in fall 2020. So I'm just excited just to see the community and the university overall support with this been our last year.
I know, I love when you guys get to that final point and everyone stands up, and it's just such an electrifying experience. I totally love that part of it.
Yeah, I mean, our fans, I think they're growing with us as well. Like, they feel it, they're ready, and a great example is that Wisconsin match at home was fantastic. I mean, I was like beaming the whole time.
You're still beaming.
And yeah, I mean, it like kind of makes you shake. It gives me goosebumps because it just was such a fantastic team win, and I know our players always talk about it as well. So.
You've got 9 returners this season, 8 newcomers. That's a pretty big split. I mean, what do you want your returners to teach those newcomers about the program and how to kind of fit the mold?
Yeah, I think it's just about helping them to understand, as short as our season looks on paper, the day-to-day makes it feel a very long season, especially as a freshman. So I think just managing the day-to-day with them as far as the prep that goes before the match, and then match day could be a lot because this is something new for them as well. Like, half of our team have never actually done a match day, and it's way more different bells and whistles than maybe a high school match would have, or their club matches. So I think it's just about managing maybe a little bit of nerves or anxiety, and just knowing to encouraging them how to use that to settle in that first 5 points and then kind of kicking it a gear after that. So.
Now looking forward to next season once again. I mean, you only graduated 3 seniors, but those seniors were pretty big on your team. You got Reagan Coyle, Taylor Lewis, Molly Kelly. I mean, how are you going to look to fill those shoes a bit?
Yeah, I think Bree Orr is one of our returners, and she has been our starting setter. This will be her 3rd season, or going into her 3rd season, and she has really stepped into a leadership role for the team. We definitely saw that in the spring, which is why we made her one of our captains. And then I also think Megan Mazzario this will be her 5th year, senior year. So I think she gets it. She 100% gets it, and I think with her experience and not only as a scorer, but just a sixth rotation player, which means she will have a lot of touches on our first contact, which is always the first indication of the rhythm that we're going to attack their team with. So I think those two, and then Amaya Jones, you know, she's a returning freshman for us, a returning freshman middle that played, and she really had an eye-opening spring. I think a couple of times she's like, I totally get it now. Yeah. So excited just to see those three just continue to take it forward. And then all of our returners really want this season to be either like Emily Bushman, her last season, I want this to be my big impact year, or even our juniors. They really want to take this program to the next level this year.
I kind of want to end on this note. Your team mantra this year is Rise Strong. What does that mean to you? What do you hope it means to your team?
Yeah, Rise Strong pretty much has 3 points to it. There's the Reckoning, the Rumble, and the Revolution. And I think working with young women, they're always going to have great community service, and they're always going to be nice and polite. But I really want them to utilize this time to take tools away about how to deal with adversity, because they will be full functioning adults after they leave here, and just want them to know that there's always going to be the first part of recognizing that, okay, we're in a little bit of adversity, and through the reckoning, that's kind of how we'll talk through that. And then in the Rumble, it's about fighting through that adversity and finding ways to kind of come out on top, which is our Revolution. And through the Revolution, really understanding what we did, and then emphasizing that point moving forward. That way when it comes up again, because adversity will always be there, when it comes up again, we can get through it faster. And so yeah, through those 3 points, I think it's just really life lessons as well, but it also will help with going through the Big Ten season as well.
All right, recipe for success. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks so much, Coach. We really appreciate your time. We can't wait to have Iowa volleyball right back here in Carver.
All right, thank you, Laura.
And Hawkeye fans, if you want more information, want to view the schedule, get your season tickets, go to HawkeyeSports.com. As always, Coach, thanks once again.
Yeah, go Hawks.